Once upon a time, there was a young boy named Alex who lived in a small town in the countryside. Alex loved nothing more than exploring the great outdoors and spending time with his beloved grandfather, who taught him everything he knew about nature. One day, while out on a hike with his grandfather, Alex stumbled upon a strange and mysterious object buried deep in the forest. It was a shiny silver key, unlike anything he had ever seen before. Alex couldn't resist the urge to see where the key led, so he and his grandfather set out on a quest to unlock the secrets of the mysterious key. They followed a winding path deep into the woods, navigating through dense underbrush and rocky terrain. Finally, after many hours of hiking, they came upon a hidden cave deep in the heart of the forest. The key fit perfectly into the lock, and they entered the cave with trepidation and excitement. Inside, they discovered a trove of ancient artifacts and treasures, including a beautiful and ornate chest with a single note inside. The note read, "To whoever holds this chest, I entrust you with a great responsibility. You have been chosen to protect the secrets and treasures of this ancient cave, and to pass them down to future generations. Remember the power and responsibility that come with this great honor." Alex and his grandfather were awed by the significance of their discovery. They spent many hours exploring the cave, learning about the ancient civilizations that had once called it home and marveling at the wonders they had uncovered. In the end, they carefully locked the chest and entrusted it to the care of the local museum, where it would be preserved for future generations to enjoy. And Alex, inspired by his adventures in the woods, grew up to become a passionate advocate for the protection and preservation of the natural world. Sophia was a young woman with a passion for cooking. She loved experimenting with new recipes, trying out different ingredients and techniques, and sharing her creations with her friends and family. One day, Sophia decided to enter a cooking competition at a local food festival. She spent weeks perfecting her recipe, honing her presentation, and practicing her cooking skills. She was determined to win first prize and earn the respect and recognition of her peers. On the day of the competition, Sophia arrived early, ready to showcase her culinary talents. She set up her cooking station, took a deep breath, and began to prepare her signature dish. As the judges made their rounds, Sophia watched nervously, hoping and praying that they would appreciate her hard work and skill. But as the final results were announced, Sophia's heart sank. She had not won first prize, or even second or third. She had not placed at all. Sophia was devastated. She had poured her heart and soul into the competition, and felt like all her efforts had been for nothing. She considered giving up on her dreams of becoming a professional chef, convinced that she didn't have what it took to succeed. But then, something amazing happened. As Sophia was packing up her cooking supplies, a group of festival-goers approached her, each carrying a plate filled with her signature dish. They raved about its delicious flavor, its unique texture, and its beautiful presentation. Sophia was stunned. She had never imagined that her cooking could inspire such passion and enthusiasm in others. She realized then that winning a competition or earning the approval of judges was not the most important thing. What mattered most was the joy and pleasure that her cooking brought to others. From that day on, Sophia continued to pursue her love of cooking, sharing her creations with anyone who was willing to try them. She never entered another competition, but she didn't need to. She had found something even more valuable, the satisfaction of knowing that her passion and skill had the power to bring happiness to others. Emma had always loved horses. As a little girl, she had dreamed of riding through fields of tall grass, feeling the wind in her hair and the sun on her face. As she grew older, Emma continued to pursue her love of horses, spending countless hours at the stables and taking riding lessons whenever she could. She had even saved up enough money to buy her own horse, a beautiful mare named Bella. Emma and Bella quickly became inseparable, spending hours each day exploring the countryside and honing their riding skills. They were a perfect match, and Emma felt like nothing in the world could ever come between them. But one day, disaster struck. As Emma and Bella were out on a trail ride, a sudden storm blew in, whipping up the winds and lashing the rain against their faces. Bella spooked, bolting forward and throwing Emma from her back. Emma hit the ground hard, her body racked with pain. She lay there for what felt like hours, unable to move or even cry out for help. Finally, a passing hiker discovered her and called for an ambulance. At the hospital, Emma learned that she had suffered a serious injury to her spine, one that would require months of rehabilitation and physical therapy. She was devastated. How could she go on without her beloved Bella? How could she ever ride again? But as Emma began her long road to recovery, she discovered something amazing. Despite her injury, she was still able to ride, thanks to a specially designed saddle and a team of dedicated trainers and therapists who helped her regain her strength and balance. And as Emma rode once again through the fields of tall grass, feeling the wind in her hair and the sun on her face, she realized that nothing, not even a devastating injury, could ever take away her love of horses. It was a part of her, a passion that ran deep and true, and she knew that she would continue to pursue it for the rest of her life. A few years ago, my family and I went on a vacation to a beach resort in Mexico. We were all excited to relax, soak up some sun, and enjoy some quality family time. One day, we decided to go snorkeling in the ocean. We rented some equipment and headed out into the water, eager to explore the underwater world. At first, everything was going great. We saw all kinds of colorful fish and coral, and we were having a great time pointing out different creatures to each other. But then, disaster struck. My dad accidentally swallowed a mouthful of seawater, and it went down the wrong way. He started coughing and sputtering, unable to catch his breath. My mom and I were both alarmed and unsure of what to do. We knew that we needed to get him back to shore, but we were also worried about him inhaling more water or injuring himself further. In the end, we managed to get my dad safely back to the beach, where he was able to cough up the rest of the water and catch his breath. But it was a scary and embarrassing moment, especially because a group of other snorkelers had been watching the whole thing from a nearby boat. Despite the mishap, we still look back on that vacation with fond memories. It was a reminder to always be cautious and aware of our surroundings, even when we're on vacation and having fun. And it definitely provided us with a memorable and funny story to tell for years to come. Sam was a clumsy guy, always tripping over his own feet and bumping into things. He had tried to be more careful, but it seemed like no matter how hard he tried, he always managed to find new and creative ways to embarrass himself. One day, Sam was walking down the street when he saw an old friend from high school. He hadn't seen her in years, and was excited to catch up and chat. But as he was walking towards her, he suddenly tripped over a crack in the sidewalk, stumbling and falling flat on his face. His friend rushed over to help him up, but Sam was mortified. He couldn't believe he had been so clumsy, especially in front of someone he had been hoping to impress. But then, something amazing happened. As Sam was lying there on the ground, groaning and clutching his bruised knees, a group of pigeons suddenly descended upon him. They pecked at his hair, tugged at his clothes, and cooed in his ear. Sam was horrified. He had never liked birds, and the thought of all these pigeons swarming around him was enough to make him want to scream. But as he struggled to get up and run away, he suddenly realized something: his friend was laughing. Not just a little chuckle, but a full-on belly laugh that echoed through the street. And as Sam looked up at her, a smile began to spread across his face. He had been so caught up in his own embarrassment that he had forgotten to laugh at himself. But now, thanks to these silly pigeons and his friend's infectious laughter, he realized that sometimes it's better to just let go and have a good laugh, even at your own expense. Follow us for more thrilling stories, and don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the journey with the neon loop. Share your favorite part of the ride in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next adventure.